Hi, Riverwood family. My name is Jason Miller, and this is my wife, Lynn. And, in this time that we're living in right now, we can all experience a lot of different emotions, from depression and isolation, loneliness, all the way to stress and anxiety about how to make schedules work. So we want to be able to talk to you a little bit today and provide you with 4 tips that might help you manage this a little bit better.
I think our first one is just to attend to your mental health. I think that's going to be the biggest piece. It's going to be the biggest piece to be aware of what's going on with you mentally or psychologically, just kind of getting a gauge of where you are. If you have been seeing a counselor or another mental health specialist, then continue to do that. Continue to reach out. Continue to keep appointments. Continue to work on the goals that you set. That's going to be important. It's really weird now. A lot of agencies are using telehealth, but it'll get better. You'll become more used to that platform. I think another piece is if you haven't been seeing someone, but you are struggling, to reach out to the pastor or staff at Riverwood. They'll be able to connect you to services in the area that might be beneficial for you if you need the support. I think that that's an important piece at this time. I think a lot of us are experiencing a lot of negative emotions or common emotions that you would experience in this time. Grief is a big one. Grieving, allowing yourself to grieve the losses, a loss of a job, a loss of just celebrations, normal traditional celebrations that we would have, like a big graduation party or prom or things like that. I think it's important to allow ourselves to grieve, but then using that time to grieve as a jumping off point to be able to manage some of those emotions and sort of get a hold and to be able to move forward a little bit more mentally healthy.
Part of moving forward is setting a routine. So the second tip, set a routine and kind of stick with it. For most of us, whether we're working longer hours at this point because of our jobs or we're working from home, our routines have been messed up. Figure out what it takes to start your day. If your day is a little bit slower in the beginning, fine. Enjoy that second cup of coffee, but get up and get your day started at some point. Starting out your day is always best if you start out with the Word of God and started out with prayer. There's thousands of things to be praying for. So get up, enjoy the second cup of coffee, start your day out with prayer and the Word of God, but then get up and get going.
I think the third point is that we need to stay connected to people. I think it's important to stay connected. I think those social connections at this time are really important. And so for some of us, it's easy for us to sort of reach out to others, to meet in our life groups through technology, to meet in our small groups through technology, or to pick up the phone and call someone, or to ask people for what we need in order to fill those social connections in our lives. But I challenge those who it's easy for to reach out to those people who it may be really uncomfortable for, and so to reach out with an email or a phone call or just even a mail to them so they can feel like people are thinking about them. It's going to be an important part of this time.
I think the final tip would be, figure out a creative way of using your time. For those of you who may be working long hours, it's trying to figure out, how do I homeschool while I'm working these really long hours? For others who are working from home, it's, what do I do with all this extra time? I think all of us at some point have said, if I only had more time, I would do X. Well, what is X for you? Is it working out? Is it more time in the Word? Is it going for walks at 1 o'clock in the afternoon? Is it the honey-do list that you have to do? Guys, I'm sorry, it is. What is that? And then for those of you who are busier and because of your jobs, figuring out, how do I make this work? Relying on those in your life group, relying on friends to be able to help us all do this thing together. So those are our 4 tips, really. Maintain your mental health in one way or another. Set that routine and stick to it. And then remain socially connected to each other and reach out to those who may not reach out to you. But be willing to reach out, and then get creative with how you're going to spend that time and how you're going to manage that time that might not be there because there's so many obligations. We're going to continue praying for you. I know Riverwood. If you need anything, reach out to Riverwood. Look on their webpage. Reach out to pastors, staff, elders. We're more than happy to help you in any way we possibly can. We love you. God bless. Stay healthy, and we'll see you.
Bye bye.